Fall is just around the corner. And if you're anything like me, you were just itching to get those fall decorations out and start decorating. And you may not live in a place that is getting colder or there's a chill in the air. If you're anything like me, I live in southern Arizona. We're definitely not close to that yet, but it doesn't stop me from getting out my decorations and starting to decorate. So for today's bonus tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a fall wreath using deco mesh and a lot of other things that come along the way that add to this wreath. So stick with me and I'm going to show you how to make a gorgeous wreath. I am Dee and I am your CSI girl, and I'm glad that you tuned in today to learn how to make a fall wreath. I'm coming to you from my very young craft room, and I'm very excited. After this week, we had a great week at the CSI project where we talked about food. We typically don't do that. Every so often I throw in a food challenge, and you always step up to the plate and you always inspire. And this week it was all about slow cooker recipes. So be sure to go ahead over to the blog, see all of the recipes linked up, and tune in to see who our fabulous guest judge picked as her top picks. And be sure to try some of these recipes. You know, when it starts to get cooler outside and we don't really want to cook, turning on your slow cooker is a great way to get a good meal, and it's easy. So I hope that you'll go check out all of those recipes, and I know there's plenty that I'm going to try myself. So why not get to the decorating? If you're like me, you don't want to leave that door bare. My front door is, and my porch is the first thing people see when they come to my home. So what is it that I want to say about my home? Well, of course I want to say crafty and cute. So I make my own wreaths. This is so easy to do, but of course, if you don't want to make your own wreath, you can always buy some really amazing wreaths. But I like deco mesh for my wreaths, and this is deco mesh. You can find deco mesh at really any craft store. You can also order online. There is a great selection online. But I found mine at Hobby Lobby. They have a great selection right now at fall deco mesh, but they also have Christmas deco mesh. So you can go ahead and get started on that Christmas wreath too while you're at it. Deco mesh is really fun to use. It can also be kind of challenging. So just get after it. Just try. It doesn't hurt to try. And I'm going to give you a tutorial how to use this. Now, there are plenty of tutorials online that are really good. So if you need more information, I would suggest going to YouTube and just typing in deco mesh wreath. There are so many great tutorials, so be sure to do that. I'm just going to kind of give you a broad overall look on how to do this. Now, my favorite wreaths to get when I do these is this kind. It has the 3 rims, and it also has these, every once in a while it gathers this right here. These are great because this is kind of your point that you're going to tie your wire. I use floral wire for my wreaths. You can also use pipe cleaners. They work great as well. So use whatever you have it in your craft stash. For me, I have floral wire. I also have pipe cleaners, but I chose floral wire. And so just cut your pieces. I pre-cut my pieces because I don't want to waste time when I'm actually doing this, cutting my pieces. So I cut a whole bunch of pieces out, and then I have them ready to go. Now, once you get your, I do not cut it off the roll until I'm done. So just keep it on the roll. And you know, you're going to bring it right here, and then you'll wrap your wire around, and just like you're wrapping up that bread, you're going to I just bring it up like this, and then I simply twist as if I'm tying that bread back. So that's all you're going to do. Now, I like to do the outside ring first and work my way in. You can make this as fluffy as you want, or not as fluffy if you want. I typically use a whole roll of deco mesh. I mean, it seems a little obsessive, but I like the fluffiness. So just you put it down once, And then you're going to make a big ruffle or a small ruffle, whatever kind of ruffle you want. Just keep ruffling. Now, you can see behind me, I have a sign that says just keep ruffling. And that is actually there for a reason. That's kind of become, it started out as a joke, but it's kind of become our family's motto. I have cracked it on TV, and the first time I went on my local station morning show, I was showing how to make a wreath out of socks. And so, you know, you just keep ruffling to make that. And I made that comment, just keep ruffling. Well, of course, it's a live TV show. So when I got home, I actually kind of got made fun of for saying just keep ruffling. So what started out as a joke has actually become our motto, because in life, crafting meets life, because just like in life, sometimes we fall down, sometimes we mess up, but we have to get up and just dust ourselves off and just keep ruffling. And that is what that motto means, just keep ruffling. So as you're working on your wreath, just keep ruffling. You're not going to make a mistake. You're going to do just fine. I even come to the back and add some. So it just kind of feels in so you don't see wire. I'm going to actually do that a little bit later because I really want to show you how I'm going to make this wreath. My wreath is going to be owl themed. I think owls just scream fall and they're so cute, right? So I'm going to make my own owl fall wreath. Now, as you can kind of see, you do have wires stick up. That can easily be fixed. Just grab some ribbon and work around your wreath. So you can cover up. So you just come around and just cover up. You can hot glue that on. I chose leopard because I also think leopard looks kind of fallish. So I will do that too at the end when I want to fill in and cover up my wire. It's a simple fix. But also I left this part open, and there's a reason why I did this. I'm going to fill this in with flowers. I found a selection of flowers that remind me of fall. You can also make your own flowers. Get felt, make your own flowers. I chose to buy these because I think they stand up really well when they're on the door with the elements outside. They stand well. And I found this burlap flower, and who could not love this burlap flower? It's gorgeous. So all I'm going to do is, this is going to be my centerpiece, my wow piece. So I'm just going to hot glue those on. Get my hot glue gun to work. You know, sometimes these hot glue guns don't really work for us. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in the center of my wreath. A little burlap for your fall. You gotta have burlap in the fall. It's just too gorgeous not to. So there you go. That is my center piece. I'm gonna move my deco mesh. It gets everywhere too. Beware, it does get everywhere. Okay, I have two white ones and I think they're great. So I'm going to put white on either side. And you can kind of tell that I love sunflowers, it's true. I love, or daisies, it's true. I love daisies. I love sunflowers too, but these are all Gerber daisies. Who can resist Gerber daisies? And they come in all these fall colors. So grab those daisies up. Okay. The magic of glue gun. Glue. There you go. I'm doing pretty good so far. So then I have a brown one. And I have an orange one, which I think orange is going to go right there. Get those flowers in nice and tight together. They look good grouped together, I think. Now, I really love this green one. It has pretty really pretty colors. And I have a brown one that, keep that down, it wants to come up. Okay. I have a brown one that I'm just going to stick in there, kind of off to the side, kind of off. Okay, so there you go. I have my flowers all grouped together. I'm actually going to cut this off. I don't know what it's doing there. Okay, so now this top part is going to be my owl. And when you're thinking about doing an owl, you think about their gorgeous big eyes, right? So what I did is, this is actually mason jar lids, you can see on the back. And what I did is I just took this stencil and I put it onto my felt, my brown felt, hot glued it on there, and then I cut a circle out of scrapbook paper that is chevron. I love the orange color for fall. So this is going to be the owl's eyes. And I want my eyes to be just right above the flowers. So, and kind of, you can see, kind of spread out like that. Now these are covering some of the wire. So, excellent. My wire is being covered up. Just gonna hot glue this on. Make sure this chevron is going the right way. Don't want it to be upside down or not look good. Okay, I got one eye on. Look at my second eye, which is gonna go about right here. Now, of course, I got eyes, but I wanted something in the center of my eye. So, there are the eyes. I wanted them right down, kind of right above the flowers, which is what I wanted. Now, I wanted a center for the eye. So, I just used my Mod Melts. If you haven't used Mod Melts, you really should. They're so much fun. So I used my Mod Melts. I used this rose. And when your Mod Melt comes out, you kind of have to cut the little strings off. You know, they kind of come. So now I have two of the roses, and this is going to be my eye. So that just kind of gives it a whimsical look. I love that, the whimsical look. And I think my owl is a girl, so roses are perfect. Oops. So, my melts are so wonderful, and you can buy these. They have different shapes, and I have a glue gun for my Mod Melts, and I have a glue gun for my glue. So I keep it separate. I don't want to mix the two, but you just buy the template, buy the actual melt, and you can make all sorts of shapes, and they come out beautiful. So there you go. I have my eyes. She has really cute eyes, big eyes. Now, my owl needs a nose. So for this, I'm going to turn her over, and I'm just going to hot glue onto one of the rims, the lowest rim. Go ahead, put that down there. Don't mind the fact that my phone is ringing in the background. Okay. So I'm actually going to move her nose over. It's not where I want it. Bummer. Okay, let me do that one more time. Okay, now that's where I want it. That worked out better. So now I have her nose. There you go. And now I can add my ribbon if I want to. So I can just go down and add my ribbon. And finish her up and cover up some of those wires. Now the back of your wreath, it's probably gonna be a mess. But you know, the good thing about that is nobody sees the back of your wreath, right? So if it's a mess, that is just for you to know and nobody else to know. So yeah, I'm just gonna come around and cover my wreath, keep going. I see one, I see a wire, and wherever you just see a wire, you know, it doesn't have to be exact, but if you see a wire that you don't like, just kind of cover it up. So when you use a deco mesh, really you can do about anything. And that's why I love it so much, is because it truly becomes a work of art when you use deco mesh. And you can use all sorts of colors. There's so many great colors out there. But this deco mesh is also kind of sparkly. So if you're like me, you love anything sparkly. So that's why I like it too. But they also have colors that don't have the sparkle, if you wanted to go for more of a rustic fall look. But I thought that it was perfect for my girl owl. She needs a little sparkle. Every girl needs a little sparkle. So just keep going. And I'm also thinking I'm gonna add a bow to her hair, you know, just to give it that look that much more. Okay, almost done with this. I'm just going to glue down the last bit of ribbon. Cut my ribbon. Now, don't forget to add your ribbon to hang. Now see, like this one right here, I don't really like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it down, grab my wire, and secure it. So it's also great because nothing is final when you're doing this. When you're working with deco mesh, you can certainly keep playing with it. So nothing's final. So if I don't like something, I just keep going using my wire to keep it down. So I didn't like that, so I just put it down. But just keep ruffling in all your little spots. I'm actually going to add some more to the back so it's more full. But that's all I'm going to do. And be sure to hang your ribbon right here for the hanger. So you can hang it on your hook or whatever it is you're using. And that's that. Give it a little, or you don't have to use ribbon, but you can use, and now you can hang your owl wreath. She's all done. Like I said, I might add a bow for her hair just to give her that extra girly sparkle. But I hope that I have inspired you to make your own deco mesh wreath. They're really fun, and of course, just work with it. Keep working with it. Keep ruffling, and keep giving it your own personal touch. Maybe you want to make your own flowers, whatever. Maybe you want to use a different color, maybe a blue owl, whatever it is you want to do. Play with the eyes. You can certainly play this up and do whatever it is you want to do. Give it your own personality, because that's what we do when we craft, and that's what I inspire you to do, is to figure out your own personality and incorporate it into your very own wreath, so that when people come to your door and they say, oh, that is so cute, you can say, well, of course I made that. So, and I do have a lot of fall wreaths, but for some reason I have this thing where I have to make a new one every year. I don't know why. I think it's probably a sickness. So, but every year there's something new that inspires me. So just keep making those wreaths and just keep on inspiring others. And I hope that you will join us next week at the CSI project. We are having our hardware store challenge. So that means if you have gone to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, and you have crafted using supplies from there, link it up. We will have another guest judge. And this challenge really is challenging. It will challenge you. And you will be inspired by all the projects. And we've done this challenge before a couple of years ago, and it turned out wonderful. And I challenge you to go to the hardware store and make something new to share with us this week. I plan on doing that because I like challenging myself, and who knows what you can come up and create. So join me next week at the CSI project. Be sure to come home by Saturday to see all of the winners, and of course to get all those wonderful recipes. Pin them, keep them, whatever it is you're going to do, and be sure to cook them and share wonderful food with your family. And I will see you next week. I hope by then you have your very own fall wreath. See you next time. Bye-bye.